Ari, in terms of looking ahead to that cross, I was interested in your special coverage today. You had a guest on who was very bullish on the defense. And said that, Michael Cohen's going to get destroyed on cross-examination. He also repeatedly called you Ari, including at the end saying in a very performative way, "Hasta la vista, Ari." And I was like, is he actually trying to start a fight with Ari right here? Is this going to be a fisticuffs moment on MSNBC? So, Ari, it was a weird thing. Looking ahead toward that cross-examination, do you feel like Michael Cohen has a glass jaw here, that he has shown himself to be vulnerable in a way that is inviting a real beating from the defense?
Not glass, but maybe recently smelt clay.
Okay.
He has some holes, and I think they will get to that. And the lawyer you mentioned defended Donald Trump at the second impeachment, which, if you're picking, is the worst one. Yeah. So that's where he's coming from, although I was happy to get his views because it's interesting, but that's the perspective. I think the issue for Michael Cohen on cross will be overall credibility, because they will get into the criminal record and the story did change, and then raising doubt that he might have gone rogue. The he went rogue story is far-fetched, but they don't need to prove it. They just need to raise the doubt that it could be true. I did think, to echo what we were just discussing, there have been days where defendant Trump looked unseemly, certainly did not look relatable, looked untrustworthy. I thought today, Michael Cohen and the way they did this testimony, this is the day that Donald Trump looked most like a criminal. I thought it was a very bad day for him because his own lawyer, who famously went to prison, very clearly provided the timeline of a proactive plan to allegedly commit a crime.
It sounded familiar, too, because we've had all these other witnesses come in, and I thought that's what was effective today. Most of the things he said, the jury's heard it before. They've heard a piece of it here and there, and I thought that's what I thought was effective about today's testimony. It's not him going rogue.
Katie, let me ask you a piece of this. Just as a lawyer, looking at the way the prosecution is making this case, one of the things that we got today over and over and over again, as Suzanne was saying, some of this stuff was familiar, was Donald Trump doesn't pay his bills. Yeah. And so we got that a whole bunch of different ways. We got that Michael Cohen was first hired as a lawyer at the Trump Organization after he was working for another law firm, submitted a bill for $100,000 for that legal fees, those legal fees, and Trump didn't want to pay them and said, "I'm not going to pay that bill. Yeah. You come work for me instead." Michael Cohen never goes back to his office. They send Trump Organization employees to go clean out that office, and the bill disappears, and Michael Cohen becomes his employee. Michael Cohen's first big coup working as Trump's lawyer is stiffing the vendors and suppliers to Trump University. Michael Cohen almost loses the Karen McDougal hush money arrangement because they don't want to pay Karen McDougal. Michael Cohen almost loses the Stormy Daniels hush money arrangement because they don't want to pay Stormy Daniels. Michael Cohen ultimately gets back some of his money that he paid to a technical services firm in his final payments because that firm was also stiffed by
2 years prior.
Stiffed 2 years prior by Donald Trump. We get the recording that was played for the jury because Michael Cohen has to cover up for Donald Trump stiffing AMI on the payment for Karen McDougal, and so he's making the recording to assure AMI eventually will pay you. I mean, all of these things are a cascading series of screwing people, for lack of a better term, in terms of their bills. Why are they giving us that as a pattern?
Because it speaks to the Ebenezer Scrooge energy of Donald Trump.
But why is that bad? Why is that bad for the defense? Why is that good for the prosecution?
It's good for the prosecution because it feeds into the concept of the evidence, which says that Donald Trump is a penny-pinching, miserly person who will always count his pennies. And to Chris's point earlier about the fact that you cannot present a $420,000 approved invoice for Essential Consultants LLC, a la, Michael Cohen, when all he did was front $130,000. But what you just did right now in this, you could just get up, do closings at this point, Rachel. You proved how effective Michael Cohen is. Think about this. Donald Trump always said famously, "Where's my Roy Cohn?" There's a reason why he wanted Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn was indicted 4 times. Roy Cohn also represented John Gotti. If Michael Cohen was so bad at his job, Trump wouldn't have ever kept him around. Right. And because of the effectiveness of him dealing with the cheapness of Donald Trump kept Michael Cohen. And that's the reason why Donald Trump never wanted a good attorney. He wanted a flawed attorney. He saw that in Michael Cohen. He tested Michael Cohen with that bill from Michael Cohen's original law firm. And when he stiffed Michael Cohen's original law firm and Cohen jumped at the opportunity, Donald Trump said, here's my new Roy Cohn,
But to put it in a
right?
sentence, they're saying Donald Trump wouldn't pay $400,000 unless he authorized it.
Yeah.
Right, because the defense is going to be Cohen and Weiselberg went rogue, and he didn't. This is a big. This penny pinching thing is going to come up, was he or not? Because the defense is, I think, their main thing is going to be those two went rogue.
Yeah.
And
All
he
right.
was just, he didn't see it.